Amina never expected a letter to alter her fate. When the ragged postman handed her the crisp white envelope, a strange chill ran down her spine. The wax seal bore the emblem of a family she had never heard of, and as she tore it open, her heart raced. The letter read, "To Amina Balegan, the sole heir to the fortune of Alhaji Suleiman Danjuma. Claim your inheritance." Her mind spun. She had no connection to any wealthy family. Her world had always been a tight-knit bubble of dusty school corridors, the smell of akra frying by the roadside, and the perpetual struggle to make ends meet. Yet, here it was, an invitation to wealth beyond her wildest dreams. As she read on, a mix of disbelief and curiosity gnawed at her. The letter included an address to a grand estate in Lagos and a date for a formal handover. Her hands trembled. Was this a cruel prank, or could it truly be her destiny knocking? The thought of money painted vivid pictures in her mind, paying off her mother's hospital bills, never feeling the pangs of hunger again, and escaping the poverty-stricken maze of their crumbling neighborhood. But a tiny voice whispered in her head, one she couldn't ignore, "If it's too good to be true, it probably is." By the time the sun set, Amina had made up her mind. She would go to Lagos. She had nothing to lose, or so she thought. As she packed her worn-out bag, Amina had no idea that the journey ahead would lead her not only to riches, but also to the edge of danger and the doorstep of a love that might just save her life. Her story was just beginning, and the shadows were already closing in. The gates to the Danjuma estate stood like the jaws of a beast, wide open but eerily silent. Amina hesitated, her heart beat a drum in her ears. She had never seen a place so grand. The gardens stretched endlessly, and the mansion's towering windows glared at her with empty eyes. The scent of roses and damp earth mixed with an unsettling chill in the air. Amina was greeted by Mr. Okoro, the late Alhaji's solicitor. His voice was as crisp as his suit. "Welcome, Miss Balegan. Everything you see here is now yours." Her knees nearly buckled. She had expected paperwork, a process, maybe a line of distant relatives challenging her claim, but no. Mr. Okoro handed her a leather-bound portfolio containing deeds, bank statements, and keys. Her name etched in gold on every page. She was rich. Instantly, unimaginably rich. "Are you certain there's no mistake?" she asked, her voice smaller than she intended. Alhaji Danjuma was very clear in his will. "You are the rightful heir," he said, but his eyes held shadows. He turned away quickly, as if afraid of what he might reveal if he lingered too long. As she walked through the mansion, each room seemed to breathe around her. Portraits on the walls watched her with lifelike eyes, and the floorboards groaned underfoot. In the grand hall, a painting of Alhaji Danjuma hung above the fireplace. His eyes, dark and piercing, seemed to follow her. She shivered. When night fell, Amina found herself alone. She wandered into a bedroom fit for royalty, the bed draped in silks. But as soon as she lay down, whispers filled the air, soft at first, then rising to a chorus. She shut up, her chest heaving. The room was empty, yet the voices continued, slipping through the walls like cold fingers. Amina clutched the sheets. Her newfound wealth was real, but so were the secrets that lurked within the shadows. She had stepped into a golden cage, and the whispers had only just begun. The whispers grew louder every night. They spoke in hushed tones, calling her name, warning her to leave. Amina tried to ignore them, convincing herself it was just her mind playing tricks. But when objects began to move on their own, her fear turned real. One morning, she found the kitchen in disarray. Plates shattered, food spoiled, and the windows fogged with words, "Leave while you can." Her heart pounded as if trying to break free from her chest. She wanted to run, but the lure of riches held her back. Then she met Tond, the young gardener with kind eyes and a quiet smile. Unlike the other staff, who avoided her, Tond was not afraid. He warned her of the mansion's past, how every heir before her had met a tragic end. "They say the fortune is cursed," he whispered. "Only love can break it." Desperate, Amina started to spend the money, hoping to buy happiness. She donated to charities, helped the needy, and renovated the local school. But the more she spent, the worse the whispers became. Her wealth became a prison, the mansion's walls closing in on her. One stormy night, the voices reached a fever pitch. Her bedroom door slammed shut, windows rattled, and shadows danced on the walls. She screamed, and as if in answer, the room went still. Tond burst in, his face pale with fear. "You have to choose, Amina. Money or love. It's the only way." Amina realized then that the curse was not about money. It was about greed and the emptiness it brought. Clutching Tond's hand, she made her choice. Amina sold the estate and gave away her wealth. She moved back to her humble neighborhood, but this time with Tond by her side. The whispers stopped. The darkness lifted. For the first time, Amina felt true happiness, not from money, but from love and a life free of fear. And as the last of the riches left her hands, the mansion crumbled, taking its secrets to the grave. The curse was broken. And Amina finally found what she had been searching for all along: peace. Advice to the youth: Amina's story is a reminder that wealth alone cannot bring true happiness. While money can provide comfort, it should never come at the cost of your peace of mind and true joy. True fulfillment comes from love, genuine connections, and living a life of purpose. When faced with choices, prioritize what brings lasting happiness and stay true to your values. Don't let greed cloud your judgment, and remember that the most valuable riches are those that fill your heart, not just your pockets. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe and comment below. We've got more amazing stories coming your way, so stay tuned. Your support helps us bring more captivating tales and valuable lessons straight to you. Let us know what you think and share your thoughts with us.